Do not use your last money to plan a wedding. Never. There is life after wedding. Planning a wedding can be very stressful. Take it from me, like take it from somebody who has planned her own wedding and that of her friends. It can have you thinking that, oh, I don't love this guy. Or the guy will be like, I don't love this girl. This girl cannot manage money. Or you guys will be quarreling over things that even make any sense. So you guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step on how to plan your wedding. And so you can have a seamless and beautiful day. Let's dive right into it. So first things first, get a budget. I don't care if your wedding is supposed to be very small or if it's a lot of people. You need a budget, you guys. You need a budget. like if like how many people do we want at the wedding? Based off of that, we're going to say how much is are we going to spend on this wedding? And please, I want to beg you guys, for those of you who probably want to click out too early, let me say it on time. Do not use your last money to plan a wedding. Never. There is life after wedding. Like, I'm even tempted to say, if you don't have twice the money, wait, wait. The worst part is borrowing. You want to borrow to do wedding. Why? What's the matter? I'm not going to come and feed you when you're done with your wedding, no. So you guys get a budget. Please have a budget. How much are we spending for this wedding? We're spending 5 million naira. Stick to your budget. Even if you want a wedding where aeroplane will fly into a hall and it will be magnificent, it's going to be as it's going to be the talk of the town and all of that. Stick to your budget. I promise you, you'll be happy that you did afterwards. If you spend more than your budget, you'll not be happy with yourself. Secondly, you guys, what kind of wedding do you want to have? Do you want to have your traditional and your white wedding on the same day? So where I come from, we have traditional and white wedding. If you don't do traditional wedding where you're from and it's just the white wedding, do I want to have my white wedding on the same day as probably maybe your civil wedding, and all of that? How far apart do I want it to be? You need to decide what kind of wedding do I want to have. Okay, I don't want to have a white wedding. I just want to have only a civil wedding. You need to stick to it. Oh, in my wedding, as you're planning that, you also need to be planning how many people do I want at my wedding. Oh, at the wedding, I only want to spend 7 million naira. That's great. That's the first step. Second step, at this wedding, I only want to have 50 people and it's going to be just a white wedding. Follow through to it. Like it can be very hard trying to limit your guest size, and I highly, highly advocate for access cards. Even if you're Nigerian like me, our parents they like occasion. So it can be very difficult trying to convince them. But you need to stick to it. So you give the cards to people who you want to come for the wedding and you let them know that this card only admits one person. That way you reduce the stress of having a lot of people at your wedding, people who don't even know you, they're just passing by, they can just stroll into the event and limit, do you understand? And reduce the resources you have to spend on such occasions. Very, very important, guys. Please don't go and be feeding 1,000 people. And mm, when you're planning wedding, sometimes we don't used to listen. You don't used to listen. Funny enough, that wasn't my case actually. I listened because people had already told me upfront, Chidinma, you don't have to spend money on this. And after choosing what was important to me, that's going to bring me to my next point. I just did not want to be that kind of person that'll finish wedding and then I'll be upset about the things I spend money on. So the fourth thing I'm going to be mentioning is that you need to prioritize what's very important to you on that day. Let me just put it that way. You need to prioritize. For me, what was important to me was pictures, videos, and my looks, and that of my husband. Every other thing was secondary, I promise you. Like, I could do without it. Like, not I could do without it, but I didn't have to get it at that, you know, I don't know how to say, like, I didn't have to get it at the best, 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 what society would term best. But so far as it was okay, I was fine. So far as it was within my budget, I was okay. I wasn't going to compromise on my pictures. I wasn't going to compromise on my videos. I wasn't going to compromise on my looks. I was going to compromise on cake. I was going to compromise on food. For example, food was not my priority. So I could have said, okay, I just want to have only one meal. I want to serve everybody jollof rice. If I didn't, I wouldn't mind, to be honest, but my parents will not agree. You get, but them not agreeing, they did not put the pressure on me. Or do you get? So it wasn't a priority. I wasn't going to stress him any much about it. What else? Now decoration. I wanted my decoration to be okay and all that, but I wasn't going to stress a lot about it. What else did they do? A lot of other things, like any other thing you can think about that was not pictures, videos, or my looks. They were they were they were okay. Like whatever, no whatever. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. I wasn't going to kill myself about it, but you see my looks, you guys. I can't tell you how many bridal stores I went to find a wedding dress, but eventually I didn't. It was even a miracle. Like how I got my wedding dress, you guys. I didn't pay a dime. So yeah, I eventually got and I got exactly what I wanted. I wanted a bridal satin two-piece dress, and that was exactly what I wore, like to the wedding, that kind of thing. So yeah, make sure you choose what's important to you. And next, I'm going to say is choose your vendors wisely. Choose your vendors wisely. If you're chatting with somebody and you're talking about, oh, I want this, I want that, and the person is not giving you what you want, even before their skill, the way they speak to you, the way they behave, if they are not responding well, you guys cancel. Ca- You don't want to be in a place where you have a quarrelsome vendor. If you're speaking to a photographer and you're trying to tell him, oh, this is what I want, and he tries to make you feel like, oh, you're doing too much,
Run away.
gather your slippers, dust it, race. Don't even wait for anybody to tell you. Choose your vendors wisely. For example, you want to pay a caterer for your food, and then you're talking to the person, and they start raising their voice at you, or trying to force you into something you don't want. Leave them alone. See, I would say choose character before skill. That's how I'm going to say, like, character before skill, because some vendors can ruin you. They make you feel so sad and bad about their own behavior and everything. So yes, and also don't pay the first person that you meet. Yeah, don't pay the first vendor that you meet. You can chat up 10 photographers from Instagram, maybe recommendations from your friends who have done their wedding and all of that. Chat all of them up, get their prices, look at their works, then you decide, oh, I want to go with this person. And I also look at like their character. How are they responding to you in the DMs? How are they responding over the phone? Before you decide, I had the most amazing photographer and videographer ever. Kai, like ACP photography and Dozy films, like they were so good. Like, do you know when somebody's so attentive to you? I was snapping picture on my wedding. My husband was even tired. I wasn't tired. I was like, oh, I want it like this. Oh, I want it. And they were not tired. They were snapping me. And I got my pictures. Do you get? So don't get somebody that will get tired of you. You paid for it. So make sure that they deliver on what they're supposed to deliver on. Another thing that's very important is you need to be realistic with your wedding planning. You see this particular table I'm on it, like I messed up initially and I learned the hard way. So when I started planning my wedding initially, like I was all about, oh, I wanted this, I wanted that. I had a lot of fantasy. Like I wanted it like it had to be like this, it had to be like, do you know those kind of things? By the time I started speaking with vendors and I was hearing prices, my dreams just went like this. So from the onset, you don't need to be unrealistic. As I am like this now, I cannot afford to do like I could not have afforded to do maybe what would I use as an example? Probably hiring like a very exotic car, like all these exotic vehicles, just one luxury vehicle that I'll just come down from and just be giving all these celebrity vibes. You'll be like, or these dramatic things people are doing these days now when they're doing wedding. Do you understand? Or I couldn't go and hire one of the most expensive designers and say, "Oh, I want my dress to be fabulous. I want when I step into the room, I'll just be giving bling, bling." But when I was planning initially, I was dreaming like that. I was busy dreaming how I'm going to do this one. I want to do all my. By the time I started seeing how money was going, I was like, my plans were just going like him, and that's why I told you that I listened. Like my friends that had gotten married, they would just be like, "Chima, you don't have to do this." So all those initial, "Oh, I want it like this," and like, clear your mind, free yourself so that you can be okay. Otherwise, you'll be the one to shed tears because you use all your money to do irrelevant things. When time now come to do the things that are very important, you not have anything left. So it's very important. Always look for ways to cut costs. That's another thing. Always find a way to cut costs. For example, now there's malt, you're buying drinks, and like, oh, there's malt that is for maybe a carton of malt is 10,000. There's another one that is 11,000. Buy the one that is 10,000 naira. They tell you that, oh, this bottle water, this one is 500 naira one, there's another one that is 200 naira one. It's bottle water, my love. Buy the one that is 200 naira. Nobody is that, you know, detailed to come and say, even if they come to your wedding and they say, these people served us, they served us like malt that's not, it's not expensive. It was cheap malt, my dear. Your wedding has gone, it has gone. If there's anybody sitting down now talking about my wedding and they're like, oh, Chidima did not do this one, she did that one, I wouldn't bother. Why? Do you know, even that one you managed to see, do you know what it means to give 350 people each a bottle of water, each a can of malt, then each table you still have wine and like all these other drinks. Don't kill yourself. If you can't even do wine and drinks, on each table you can keep water, you keep malt. If that's what your power can reach, don't kill yourself. In short, write it somewhere. In this wedding planning, I will not kill myself. Wedding will come and go. Other things will follow suit. By the time I'm doing like 10 years anniversary, 20, 30, of course I'll have more money and I can do the things I want to do by then. So you can just, cut costs. Any way you can cut costs, cut costs. If you don't have to, if you cannot afford to do two big weddings, do the two the same day. That way you're hiring one photographer, one videographer, one makeup artist, one your outfit doesn't have to be like 10 in total. It can reduce to five, it can reduce to three. You don't have to have a reception dress if you cannot afford to wear your wedding dress. Spend on your wedding dress so you can wear it throughout the whole day. You don't have to have a cake that looks like a house. These cakes that are doing this day that look like a castle. They'll drop the cake from the sky, and you're like, "Oh, that's what I want," but you cannot afford it, my dear. Do two-tier cake. I mean, two-step cake, three-step cake. What you can afford. Oh, there's this person who is very. You can even do dummy cakes. Do you guys know? Hmm. I knew late that people do dummy cakes. Like somebody can have a five-step wedding cake and four inside the five is dummy. The one on top is the only, or the one down is the only real cake. Those ones are cheap too. So cut cost as much as you can. Do you get it? Now, for people who cannot afford an event planner, please use your friends. I don't know if use is the best word, but engage your friends. Like, okay, I had a wedding planner, but I still had to like guide her like a little bit. Oh, this is what I want, all those kind of things. She didn't. She handled like, let's say, 50 to 60% of the things at my wedding, and then I had to do a couple of other. You see those other things. I did not you see my makeup artist, my hairstylist. I didn't speak with them or even have any conversation with them. My friend who wasn't even in the country. Shout out to you, Winifred. She was the one chatting with them, calling them the whole time. I only had a conversation with my makeup artist, I think a day to my traditional wedding because she needed to follow us to travel down to the village. So I wasn't stressed with all those. She helped with the payment, everything. She was in charge. She was communicating with them, everything. I didn't have to be in that conversation at all. What else? My for my traditional wedding, for example, my clothes, my sister made my clothes because she sews on my B styles. So she sold my dresses. That one too, I wasn't stressed. The only clothes that even stressed me was the one I gave to somebody because my sister was making my dress, my other sisters their dresses. So she had a lot to do, to be honest, and she was working in 9 to 5. You guys, I was at that one too, I wasn't bothered about it. Like I wasn't so stressed about it because we're obviously in the same house. And I was in Abuja initially, then I came down to Port Harcourt, but she was there. I was, doing my thing. She was there doing so it wasn't I was not so involved. Drinks. I didn't know anything about drinks, water, all those things. My drinks, I think it was my mom that helped to buy it and everything. My brother was now in charge of it on the wedding day with one other person, one other member of my church. So for the food, caterers were in charge. I didn't. My mom was the one talking to them on that one. I did not have anything. I don't even know if there's any vendor I was literally okay. My photography and videography, because it was very important to me. They were the people that I was talking to. I found them by myself, so I was chatting with them and all that. But they didn't even stress me. They not even there was no stress. So there was no reason for me to like always talk. But some of you want to do everything by yourself. You're talking to your makeup artist, you're talking to so why do you have friends? Why? Like you don't have to stress yourself like that. You're talking to your makeup artist, you're talking to your videographer, your photographer, your caterer, only you on your wedding day, your face, you'll be squeezing your face like because when things are not going well, you're not happy. You're trying to make sure you're in charge of everything, and you can't work that way. So try. You can't afford a planner, fine. Bring your friends together. Girl, I want you to help me sort out makeup artist. You, decoration. You, photographer. You. When they help you find people, then you now choose. They should be in charge of those people for that day. And I promise you, you have a seamless day, even without having a wedding planner. Your day will still go perfectly okay, even without having a wedding planner. So please make sure you use your friends. Very important. So yes, I think that's going to be all for this video. I just want to let you guys know that your wedding is a one-day affair and you should not kill yourself about it. I think I should even do a video about some things that maybe didn't go well. I'll like you guys should let me know in the comment section. Like if I should talk about some things that probably didn't go well when I was planning my wedding and all of that. Just know that like wedding is one day. And the moment you wake up on the morning of your wedding, sorry, the moment you wake up on the morning of your wedding, whatever is not going right on that day, at the end of that day, you'll be married. That's the so if you wake up, they tell you that the caterer ran away with the food. You'll be married at the end of the day. So you can choose to either be smiling so you can have nice pictures, or you squeeze your face and cry about the caterer and then you have ugly pictures plus no caterer with food. Choose your battle. If I'm you, I would choose to be smiling. Oh, there's no caterer. It will hurt you, but at the end of the day, you're going to be married to the love of your life, and that's what should be very important. I mean, in presence of God and your family members, don't spend all your money on wedding. Just make sure you're very happy. Be happy, smile, take pictures with your friends, do videos. Wedding is sweet, oh, wedding is sweet. It's sweet. Generally, I love to plan weddings. Like, I love my friends have even told me I should go into event planning. Probably one day I'll consider it. I love to plan weddings a lot. Yeah. So, yep, that's it. Wedding planning, it can be very stressful, but make it easy for yourself. I hope this video helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I would appreciate if you subscribe after watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.